Hey, namaste, I'm Kay, this is Ecstatic Self. Today I want to talk about being bold, going for something. If you really believe that this is something that's going to make a difference in your life, then why aren't you doing it? With my life coaching practice, I work with people and really trying to help them live their best life. And one of the things I witness is people saying, oh yeah, I identify that this is something that will really make a difference for me, it will really improve my quality of well-being, but then it kind of sits there, kind of just stays there for a while. They become intransigent, to use a word that I recently learned and absolutely love. They stop moving. My husband, good example, brilliant, smart, emotionally aware, intelligent, but one of the biggest procrastinators I'll know. He'll wait until the 11th hour, until there's no other option than finally do it, and he'll do it really well, and he'll have spent that whole time thinking about it, but it takes forever. Now, I'm not going to say that he's wrong, and in fact, there's actually a lot of research to show that some level of procrastination is actually good, because our first ideas, if we just try to rush through it or precrastinate, aren't always the best ones. But if you give yourself some time to think it through, to really mull things over, let it kind of simmer inside, you will actually come up with good ideas. But you can't sit on it for too long. There is something to be said of saying, hey, I don't have the full idea worked out yet, but I'm just going to go for it. We're going to figure it out as we go along. And that is very much the way I live my life, is just this idea of this, I've identified, it's important, we need to get it done, let's figure it out. And let's not rush, but let's figure it out. Personally, I'm at a moment in my life where I'm really frustrated because I can't do that. So something I identified months ago as something that would matter to me is I would really like another animal in our house. We have a dog, Galileo. He's really smart. He's overall a really good dog, well behaved, but he does not like touch. He wants to be in the same room, but do not touch him. Do not cuddle. You can touch the top of his head and above his tail, but that's it, and not for very long. And I'm somebody who loves touch. I love embodiment and being with myself. And I love being with another person, and I love physical proximity. And it's really hard for me that he doesn't touch. So I made a reservation with a breeder, ended up getting a reservation for a hypoallergenic cat because we all have allergies. And I'm like, this is really good for us. This is something that's going to make a positive impact in our life. And I can't act on it right now. And maybe I hope this isn't just me complaining, but just sharing a little insight into the process of how do you move forward when there's obstacles. Earlier this spring, or I guess it was still winter, we invited a friend to come move in with us. We invited him predominantly for the help with our dog Galileo, because at that time I was traveling to 2 to 3 cities a week to teach. Anthony was traveling 2 or 3 days a week for work, so we were never home, and it was constant stress trying to find somebody who could watch our dog. Now, of course, COVID changed everything, and we're both home all the time. But so we made an arrangement with a friend to move across the country. He wanted to come to DC. He wanted to have an opportunity to meet more guys. But the situation changed. We no longer need help with Galileo, and the person that we live with is dead set against a cat. He doesn't want it. He doesn't want the mess. He doesn't want the invasion of his own personal space. And I respect that. But it's a really difficult situation for me because I'm like, hey, I've identified this is going to be a really great thing. It's going to improve our quality of life. My husband's okay with it, and then this obstacle, this other person, is coming up. Now, I wish I had a good answer. I wish I could say, well, we've worked things out, but we don't. But I think there is something in the fact that when you've identified something that really doesn't matter for you, go after it. See what happens. And you might get roadblocks. And maybe those roadblocks are because they're things you need to overcome. And maybe those roadblocks are there because it's actually the universe helping you out and saying, maybe that thing is not best for you. I don't know which one that is right now. I will hopefully figure that out in just a little bit of time. But yeah, be bold, be adventurous. This is your only life that you're going to get this time around. You're going to regret more the things that you didn't do than the things you did. So if something matters to you, go after it. I'm Kay. This is Ecstatic Self. Namaste.